Hello, I'm HeroDev, and welcome back to another Frontier update. This particular update is called the Glyph Systems Update, and this is quite a bit of a change. It isn't like how the Crown update was, it wasn't like how the Shield update was. Actually, you know what, no, it's probably closer to the Shield one. But the Crown one more or less stayed the same of what it was. I just gave it, the effects, the healing, and some back-end work. This one is the first one that replaced an old system. So, the Glyphs is the newest armament in the game, and it is replacing gauntlets. And the reason why I went ahead and did this is because the gauntlet system, if I go to F3 real quick, the gauntlet system would replace this model. See the little blue right there on my crosshair? How it would work is that it would replace your arm part of the model, and that would then put the gauntlet here. And it looked terrible, and that was the problem. It didn't look good. It sounded great in concept, but it just didn't look good, and it didn't fit with the theming of your armor, and it just made it look worse. So I decided to get rid of it and replace it with the Glyph system. And the Glyph system works identically the same, but the difference is there's nothing showing up in your armor. There's no visual component. It's a siphon skill, because gauntlets work based on augmenting your siphoning abilities. So as a whole, this update has seen a significant change when it comes to how siphoning looks and works. These are the new Espa crystal shader that I did, and you can see the little particle effects on it, and there's like a nice eerie looking rainbow glow. That was kind of the theme of Espa, how it's white, like pastel-y, rainbow glow colors. That's kind of the idea. You can see there's some more over here. And there's been quite some changes, as you guys can see. So, in this update, I'm going to be showing off how siphoning looks, because siphoning's got a completely new look. It's been redone, and it's got a brand new component called Transference. So I'm gonna actually show all this stuff off now instead of just talking about it. So when you have Espa, which is the bottom left white bar, you can transfer it. But when you have full and you're looking at a crystal, you obviously can no longer do so. So if I press F and hold it down, see my crosshair goes invisible, but I'm not doing anything because I have maximum energy. If you wanted to transfer more, the way you do is you look at an allied object, and then you press F, and you give them your energy, and you can see the little white lines going in that tells you that object is soaking up Espa. And you can see, now you probably just saw something, which is kind of interesting, which I will explain in a little bit, just not quite yet. So as you can see, when I siphon, you can see the actual beam now, and the beam is actually like rainbow. I'll probably maybe make it a little bit more intense rainbow effect on the beam, because maybe it looks a little bit more white and a little less hued between different colors. But as you can see, I can transfer my energy. You can see my white bar going down. It went up a little bit because I collected some, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that because I think y'all like that. You can see little white energy stuff moving around as I do that, and you can see I can just keep giving my energy to them when they need it, and it's very, very helpful for this kind of play. So you can see as I mine, you can see little dust particles there. You can see the fact that when I impact on something, you can see the particle effect. I did a lot of visual work on this, so I hope you guys really like this look and are kind of like how it looks. You can see little particles of the crystal falling and breaking on the ground. You can see all of that. So yeah, that's the cool thing about that. Now, before I go into the interesting little projectiles that was collecting energy for me, I will do something else first. I'm gonna go to these crystals. So, those crystals over there have infinite energy. These, however, are the ones you'll actually run into in a map in the game. These have a limited amount of health, between 50 and 100, and I think it's 50 to 150 or 50 to 100. I forget the exact number, but if I hold down F, you can see that the crystals actually break when they lose all their energy, and you could move this around. These are like interactable. You can push them around and all that. And this was like another cool effect, visual touch-up that I did. And I think my Glyph is about to break some. Yep, my Glyph is mining the crystals, and that segues perfectly into what it's actually doing. So, wow, I was very energy hungry, and they did not give a lot of energy this time around. Randomness, I guess. So, how it works is I have 2 gauntlets that pretty much I've made in the game. Or sorry, not gauntlets. Wrong word. Glyphs. I've made 2 glyphs into the game that work in different ways. So there's 2. One of them is the base, the most basic one you'll start out with. The second one I'm using right now with the special projectiles that you're seeing I'm collecting. So this is how it works. I've made 2 glyphs. The first glyph is called the Glyph of Origin. The Glyph of Origin, which I'm not using right now, but I will show you. All it does is this. All it does is it allows you to transfer, and it allows you to siphon. That's it. That's all it does. And it does have lower range. That's all. However, what glyph I'm using to get this unique effect is called Glyph of the Swallowing Land. And it only procs every 3 seconds when I am in range of Espa crystals. And I would like to point out that it soaks up only 3 at a time. But like I was saying before, if I get in range, you're going to see projectiles every 3 seconds. Espa projectiles go to me. So one thing that's really cool about this is that they do track you, of course. They track you through the world, so they cannot be broken upon hitting any other object unless it's a player. One thing to point out too is that these are allied objects technically, but I made sure that they were in the systems considered a player. So obviously when this particular object, the robot, is actually, you can actually attack with it and it's part of your kit, it will not be able to receive this. But just wanted to let you guys know, for players, that's how it would work. Because there's no networking in the game, I have to kind of fake it to test, and I think you guys understand that. But you have to not have full energy, so let me just dump my energy into the block. I should dump into the robot. The robot hasn't really gotten much. And also, right now, there isn't a limit of, like, say if you have maximum Espa, someone can still give you Espa right now, and that's just because of testing. I know that doesn't make sense, but I'll probably do some slight changes today with that to make sure that there's a limit and max out. When you hit max out Espa, you can't transfer to them anymore. But let's see if I get close again, which is pretty cool. You can see the little effects. How about I go into third person? Into this, you guys can kind of see. You can kind of see, it looks pretty cool. And it only, again, like I said prior, you can only do 3. Perhaps in the future I can increase that to be like maybe a lot more, but for right now it's just 3. And you can see I'm just naturally taking the energy back every 3 seconds. And I think this is a pretty cool ability. That's its entire motif. You just soak up automatic projectiles. And I'd like to point out that if there are any other player objects in front of you, you will actually give the energy to them instead. Because this works based on collisions. So if a player was in front of you, you actually would be able to give them energy instead of giving it to yourself. So this is the ability. Oh, what the? Okay, I thought it was like an avoid. That was scary. I was like, why is it so black? But yeah, this is pretty much the whole update. It's all about energy. It's all about transferring energy. It's all about the new transference, transferring energy to allies, and that's pretty much the whole update. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is the entire update. It was, I guess you could say, quite small. It did add a brand new interaction, and this is working with my newer built-in backend system. So this works very well. very well with each other. And you can just kind of see all the effects I've been doing and all the cool stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. The next update I will explain now. So one thing to note before actually maybe going to the next update is that I would like to thank my my pre-alpha testers for this update's fixes. Thank you guys so much for finding those issues that I actually did not notice. You guys helped the game a ton, and thank you again for helping development of the game. Thanks to them, this update is a lot less buggy because they caught a few things that I did not notice. And one thing that was a little annoying, which had your animation freeze, which thank you so much, Setsuna, for that in the Discord, and a few other people who also, let me know about issues of the game. Thank you guys. It really makes the game better, and it makes the game a lot more stable experience because you guys kind of help me find out where you can break the game, and it helps a whole lot. So, with that out of the way, the next update is about the pack system. The pack system is your jetpack. So if I go into here, it is this thing. This little contraption with the two little guys right here. That is the part of the pack system, because that is a jetpack. So I have some new movement abilities coming to the game with that, and it's simply going to make it functional, and it's also going to be adding some brand new stats to the game, because we're going to be getting fuel stats, we're going to be getting like maximum fuel regen, jet movement speed or pack movement speed and things like that. So we're going to be getting different stats in the game that will be able to scale with other things. So that's going to be really cool. And just to give you guys a little more clarity on what this jetpack will do, this jetpack is highly inspired by Sonic the Hedgehog. So it's going to be kind of interesting how you're going to see how this works. And I'm interested to see what you guys think, what kind of abilities this thing is going to have because of that. So I'll see you guys once that update comes live. I would like to let you guys know too, with social media, I released a Reddit post. It's been a while, I know, but I released a big mega thread Reddit post about the Glyph update, talking about it, and it was talking pretty much about what I did. It showed images and also a little bit of info, a little extra info was on there too. So if you guys want to check out that Reddit post, it will be in the description. And I have other social media for those who are brand new to the channel and to the game. I have a Discord so that you can talk directly to me, join in the community, and eventually potentially be given the ability to play the game early. The only way you can play the game early is by joining the Discord. That's the only way you can. Please feel free to talk to the others there. Trying to build a little bit of a community, and so far it seems to be doing good. It's a small community, but it's doing good. And I also have, obviously, this YouTube, which if you're interested, you should subscribe to. I have Twitter, which I've slowed down a little bit on Twitter, but there's good information on there from time to time. So you probably want to subscribe to that too, and follow it too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next update with the jetpacks, the final armament update. And from there, we have some interesting big updates coming. So I'll see you guys